national conservative show live from the nation's capital. Ken Lacorte is with us, politics and media analyst at Media Action Network. You can find him on Twitter at Ken Lacorte and also at Real Media Action. Tonight, we're going to briefly talk about the body cam footage regarding George Floyd, and then we're going to work on getting Ken back in a week or so. First and foremost, got to ask you, what is Media Action Network all about?
So Media Action Network is basically for people who are tired of whining about the left-wing media and actually kind of want to turn it around. It's a place. We have a daily action alert that we send out to our gang. We're about 50,000 strong right now, and we have various things. Look, we'll continue to expose what we see as the leftist media. We will sometimes come to the defense of their victims, since everybody seems to be a somethingist or accused by all sorts of things. And our long-term goal is to help bring up and talk up and help voices on the right get some parity on there, because it's my belief and others that the media is 90% to the left on a national level and 10% to the right. And when I die, I want it to be closer to 50-50.
There you go. Good going. Now, George Floyd, videos come out, and all of a sudden the media goes silent. Why did the media go silent?
This is a trick question. I mean, look, it was a video that certainly didn't exonerate the cop for having a knee on a guy's neck after he wasn't moving for a minute, but it went against the narrative that possibly it was a first-degree murder or they intentionally wanted to kill him. I mean, you saw 10 minutes of a guy who was obviously pro, and whether that was drugs, whether that was mental, something, he was a difficult person for cops to handle. When they first went up to him in his car, not only did he refuse to put his hands on the steering wheel, but then he just started freaking out, begging them not to shoot him, but also not doing the one thing that would stop a guy from shooting you, is put your hands where I can see him. Every single thing in this where the officers were asking him to do something, he was kind of passively resisting with, a hint of, again, craziness or drugs on top of that. And I think that it showed the average person looking at this. Again, I don't think that excused that one cop's final action.
Yeah.
But it did put things in a different context. It's not like, oh, hey, here was some nice dude hanging out there and they decided to go kill him that day. They were dealing with a difficult situation, and it was, a lot of that was difficult because of George Floyd.
Now, a lot of people will sit back and say that you misunderstand the racial context of what took place. They actually drew a gun on a black man in a car. Don't you understand that this was racial to begin with?
Yeah, I mean, look, I know that me picking up the wrong pancakes mix at the store is now racial. I mean, what I certainly saw, and I think what other people saw, is when they first came up, they didn't have guns drawn. It wasn't until he started behaving in a bizarre manner. When you go to a guy and you're not asking him to tap dance or do anything special, you're just asking him, put your hands on the wheel where I can see it. And you ask him 5 or 6 times and he doesn't. If you're a cop and I've done police training, you've seen enough times where guys get shot that way, because it doesn't take a guy more than a second to pull that gun out from by his right thigh and clutch it. I mean, we've seen that happen time after time. So all of the actions up until when he was down on the ground in those first videos, an average person would look and say those cops were behaving pretty reasonably and pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, I just got to ask you 2 quick questions because I know you got to go quickly. But number one, they pulled him out of the car. Now, something weird took place in that car to make that happen, and the media has not shown any attention to that. Can you tell exactly what took place in the backseat of that car?
All I recall, and I don't know this, and that wasn't something that was borne out on the tape, was that there was an allegation that he had passed a counterfeit bill somewhere, and that's why police were interested in him to begin with. So presumably that's what was going on. I mean, there was actually 1 or 2 other people in that car. They went out and walked onto the sidewalk and they had a normal conversation with the police. So clearly when they were looking for somebody who matched his description. Once he started acting
Now, the last question for you here, the it is listed as murder. I mean, even the president of the United States has determined that this is murder. Can you tell in this particular video that this is not a murder, that this is not intended, that this at best was manslaughter, and Keith Ellison is just trying to become governor of Minnesota?
Yeah, I mean, look, you have I forget whether they called the third one there manslaughter or third degree murder in Minnesota.
Yes.
Certainly, first degree murder meant you planned it ahead of time. They were working together, and this was a hit. Okay, that's kind of stuff. Second degree murder is you intended to kill him, but you made that decision right then. And then again, in some states they call it manslaughter, in other states they call it third degree murder, which was basically you acted in a way with the depravity towards life that caused somebody's death.
Yes.
And I got to be honest, when I saw that tape and the full tape, and I still, I don't know all the facts, and I, if I want a jury, I'm going to be learning a lot more. But when I saw a cop with his knee on the guy's neck that many minutes afterwards, at a certain point I was like, that to me looks exactly like the definition of not caring about somebody's life.
Yeah.
And to me, that third charge now, I think they've got a very good chance still without, again, judging a whole trial based on my armchair analysis. They saw, I think, a very good shot at getting that higher degrees of murder. That was also done for politics.
Exactly. Definitely politics. Ken Lacorte with us, politics and media analyst at Media Action Network. What's the best way that people get to your information, get to your network?
Well, because I get banned from everything, and all conservatives are going to get banned off of social media at some point, I ask people to go to MediaActionNetwork.com. And our big thing is we have a daily newsletter and an action alert that we get out people, and we take a look, and we are really pushing back against. Again, it's for the guys that are tired of whining about the liberal media and actually want to have a hand in fixing it. And sign up there, and you can see what we're all about.
Ken Lacorte, thank you so much for being with us. Have a wonderful weekend, sir.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ken Lacorte from Media Action Network, MediaActionNetwork.com. It's a place that you need to go. Listen, we're going to take a very friendly, quick moment, and then we will come back and talk with you. Again, I'm encouraging everybody for homeschooling purposes this year, don't wait for your teachers union branded public school to do this work. Your children's education should matter so much to you that you find someone who is a professional in doing this. Global Student Network is that professional entity. And in fact, they're going to give away $25 per student enrolled. And they can start at any time so that they won't fall behind schedule in terms of the process of actually registering for or actually doing well academically. You can do Christian education as well. You can do secular education, non-Common Core, Common Core if you want. They have it all right there at Global Student Network. But what they don't have is your child. And I think your child's education should be so important that you go ahead and that you choose them tonight. You can enroll now and start at any time. You can go to TECN TV's movie page, sponsor page for more details regarding that. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, with more of the best in urban conservative talk right after these message on Open Heart Closed Case Night, the toughest night that we face.